I am at Asmodee's Retailer Day. This is a day where they have invited a bunch of content creators, a bunch of different board games creators, but of course also retailers to show off what they have in store for all the different retailers. And I'm thinking, why not bring you with me to show you what this day is about and to also show you what Asmodee has to offer. Johan,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm very good.
That is great. Where are we now?
You're at the Asmodee Nordic's Retailer Day. It's a day once a year when we invite all of our customers and all of our suppliers, and we try to connect them with each other. So people who deliver games to us and people who buy games from us, we try to make them talk to each other.
Yeah. Build bridges.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to say it. We have invited about 40 of our suppliers and 200 retailers.
That's quite a lot.
Yes. So the idea is for them to meet each other. So instead of questions or ideas going through us, we can have them connect with each other instead.
And this is Sweden and Denmark, or
Sweden, Denmark, Finland, and Norway.
really? So it's the whole Nordic.
Yeah, so it's the whole Nordic, and then since we are in Denmark, it's mostly Danish and Swedish customers, but there are some from Norway and some all the way from Finland.
So what is? I mean, you do this once a year.
Yeah.
And what are the outcome of it? You think you build relationships here?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we also we get the studios to show like news or the new games of what's to come, so they can already like implement it on the store level. So the stores will know, there's a new expansion coming for this game, or they know
They
there's
can
a
make
new
place
game.
in the shelf.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if they have like a favorite designer, they know that designer's making a new game, so I will try to like get in like that. So it's a way to prepare each other for what's coming, and also a way to market new games, and also maybe you're really into TCGs, but you haven't tried role-playing games. So maybe you're into newer games and you haven't tried American games. So there's a way to get someone to branch out from their hobby.
Push them over the borders.
Yeah. Try everything.
Try everything. No, I've seen you also have a little program here.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So we've had so there's a program on what's happening.
Yeah.
And we also have different presentations.
Yeah.
So we have what we call the marketplace, which everyone has their booths. But then we also have the presentations upstairs. So we have two different presentation rooms where Wizards of the Coast, Pokemon, Konami, some designers talk about their new games, so people get to sit down and listen to a presentation that's maybe about half an hour, and there's about some new stuff, and also about just how like people run things. So we have Mats Pedersen, who is the designer who made Twilight Imperium, and he used to be the CEO for Pandasaurus Games. So he is here to talk about like his years in the board gaming industry. He just
Quite a few years.
A lot of experience.
Yeah, sure.
So
awesome.
it's a bit of a mix.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for having me here.
You're very welcome.
I am really happy to be here, and now I'm going to go in there and see what's in the building.
Have a good time.
Thank you. I have found Pandasaurus. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
I am just fine. I'm a little bit warm.
Okay,
It's a bit warm in here.
It's a bit warm in here. You're moving around. You're trying to see all the games.
Carrying the
Nice workout.
camera.
Exactly.
Carrying board games.
Like a workout. No one really thinks about it.
It's like a lighter workout.
It is,
Depending
yes.
on which game you're carrying.
That's true. No one wants to be carrying Gloomhaven like that. You know?
No. The back pain. But for the people that don't know who you are, tell them who you are.
Yeah, my name is Reina. I'm the marketing manager here at Pandasaurus Games. So if you see any of our social media content, that's me.
That is you, yeah. I have seen you a lot.
Yeah, I get that. When I went to UK Games Expo last week, people were coming up to me and saying, "Do you run the socials? Because you look very familiar." Like, yeah, that's me.
Tell us a little bit about Pandasaurus. What type of games do you have?
Yeah, so Pandasaurus is, we really focus on what's called the family plus style of game. So things that really anyone in the family can play, from children to, you know, grandma and grandpa. And sometimes our more complicated games just edge a bit on the plus side.
Okay.
But generally speaking, we love to make games that the entire family can enjoy with each other.
So you would see it would be more casual games, or?
Yes, casual or very light strategy. I think probably the most complicated game that we have published is Dinosaur Island, Dinosaur World. And
which was a big hit.
It was a big hit, and we're so thankful for it to this day. But that's definitely, I think, the most complicated that our games get.
That's awesome. So what do you have here today? We got the Fox Experience?
Yeah, so the Fox Experiment, we kickstarted this last year. It's designed by Elizabeth Hargrave and Jeff Fraser. So it's starting to fulfill in September of this year. And this is a wonderful game. It's a Euro with roll and write elements to it. And you are basically just trying to see how foxes pass on traits and breed over different generations.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because you also did wolves, right?
We did.
I see a pattern here. Wolves and foxes?
Yeah, you know what? It wasn't intentional, but hey, a pattern is a pattern.
Yeah. And I've also seen a game where you have it's like a little roller coaster game, right?
Yeah.
Tell a little bit about that one.
So that game is called Roller Coaster Rush. It's a very light game mechanic-wise. It's sort of a dexterity game. You have these different plastic vacuum form insert pieces, and you're putting it together, just trying to get your marble to go the furthest.
Because you have this little marble, and you need to make it the furthest
Exactly,
distance.
yeah. So it's been a big hit with children, or with family with children, because they like to say that the children love to put the tracks together when they're not even playing the game, but just for fun.
But I love games that can bring children into the board gaming world.
Exactly, because children who start gaming now will be adults that game in 10 years' time, which is better for the industry, better for the hobby.
It is, and it's so hard to catch them today. You need something special. I think that is one of those games that really catches the eyes of the children, but also the little things they can build and do. I think that's a brilliant job.
I appreciate it, yeah.
Is there anything you want to say to the viewers?
Yeah, we have a lot of small box games coming out this year, so if you're looking for things that are affordable, pack a lot of punch in a small box, definitely check out our lineup.
Check it out. I will put a link to Pandasaurus down in the description. Check that out. I have found Liz from Atomic Mass Games. How are you?
I'm great.
You're great.
I'm great.
Yeah, you're not tired? You were just at Gen Con?
UK Games Expo.
UK Games
yes.
Expo, yeah.
Nope, I am. Shatterpoint launched last Friday. How can you be tired?
Exciting, right? Exciting. I have actually just spent my week mounting this together and painting the whole full set.
I love
loved
that.
it. I loved it. I thought it was easy to follow, even for people like me.
Our engineers will be so excited to hear that.
They should be, definitely. Tell us a little bit about Shatterpoint.
So Shatterpoint is a miniatures skirmish game. The miniatures come unassembled, unpainted, but you got to go on the journey from sprue to fully assembled set. It takes about 90 minutes to play once you've gotten comfortable with the rules.
Oh, okay.
But what we love about Shatterpoint is that once you get it all assembled and painted, it opens up and right off the bat, it drops you right in the middle of the story and the action. And it picks up and you get to go fast and you get to do a lot of cool, you've got jetpacks and force users and lightsabers. You've got everything you need. Star Wars.
Love it.
The game itself is really, our studio was greatly inspired by the Clone Wars animated series. The missions and the objectives that you're trying to accomplish are all based on kind of the story line of things you would have found in the Clone Wars animated series.
I think you can see that a little bit in the artwork on the box and in the rule book. I mean, you see the Clone Wars in there. It's really, really beautiful. But I haven't had the chance to play it yet. How are the rules? Are they, if you have played miniature games before, are they easy to get into, or?
I think if you have played a miniatures game, it's going to feel familiar in the way that the rules are approached. I think that some of the mechanics are going to be really exciting to you. There's a lot of really interesting mechanics that...
Tell us about one.
Oh, okay.
One interesting.
I only get one.
You only get one?
No, okay. All right.
Your best.
It's going to be the combat tree. The combat tree, instead of just rolling a die and saying, I got 3 hits and putting 3 damage on a character, instead you get to choose 3 damage across the combat tree. So you get to decide how you want to deal your damage. And this gives you the opportunity to apply conditions or do shoves or jumps. So it keeps the combat really story driven and very
alive.
not just pew pew pew.
Yeah,
it's more like
yeah.
I hit you and then I shove you and you fall off the gantry and I jump onto an objective point.
So cinematic!
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
It's Star Wars. We had to
Star
be.
Wars, it has to be cinematic. It's awesome. It's so cool. So
And this is all the terrain and everything that you get. We've got the whole core set laid out. Hopefully,
Yeah,
your
this is the
users
core
will get
box,
to dig in with you a little bit later. But
It looks so beautiful. Can't wait to start playing it. Really want to get into this.
I can't wait to see your
thank you
videos when
so
you do.
Tonight. Maybe not tonight when you watch this.
I'll get to it.
yeah. Thank you so much.
No, thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Looks awesome.
And enjoy your gameplay.
Oh, I will. I am super happy because I am at my favorite place. This is Selfair Games, and I'm sitting here with...
It's Chris Kessler. I'm the retail sales manager for Cephalofair. Do event coordination, customer support, retail support. You name it, I probably had a hand in it.
You've done it all. And you are here, I mean, you have Frosthaven here, you have Joseph the Lion, but you have just announced some news.
I have.
That I think is quite exciting. Can you tell us about those news?
Yeah, we just announced Gloomhaven Remastered. So it is Gloomhaven from the ground up being completely redesigned. Every character has been completely redesigned based on the character cards. Every ability has been either tweaked or completely remastered, changed drastically, rebalanced so that some of the characters who are really weak at higher levels are going to be much more powerful and able to compete. We've redesigned all of the artwork for all the characters. We are going back and rewriting the entire story with a professional writing team.
I love that because, let's face it, we all know it, that was the weak part of Gloomhaven. It was the story.
Isaac
Like,
himself,
it will be the same history, I'm guessing, but rewritten.
a little bit. Isaac
Yeah?
has said that he's not a writer, so he's excited to have this, but it's going to help build the lore of the story. Also, you didn't really have a lot of control over what you did with the city.
No.
Certain campaigns, boom, now the city is controlled by demons.
Yeah, sure.
You're
that
going
was.
to be able to affect that.
Oh, really?
You're also going to be able to have better choices. In the game originally, it was black and white, good or evil. You knew which path you were going to take right ahead. You won't have that in Gloomhaven. You're going to have to make some choices every time, and it won't be I'm good or evil. It'll be this is going to be a hard choice for us to make.
So I have finished the old Gloomhaven twice.
Uh-huh.
Will I be able to play the new version and still feel excited?
Yes, it is going to be a completely new experience. As somebody who's played it twice before I even joined the company,
Oh, wow.
I am very excited for it. I cannot wait to see the story.
That sounds absolutely epic. But the characters and everything, will it still be the same characters?
The characters themselves will be the same,
Yeah.
but you're going to see more thematic cards so that they feel more unique and fresh. Some of the characters have had complete redesigns so that they stand out as their own unique character.
Really? More backstories maybe and more...
Absolutely.
More lore?
More lore
That
for
is
sure.
awesome. We love the lore.
Yes.
So what are the same from the old version to the new? Nothing.
Well, it's going to be a complete revamp. The only things that are truly staying the same are the modifier decks and your dials.
That's it.
Everything else in some way is getting touched or changed in some way.
That is absolutely awesome. So when can we expect to have this on our table?
Early next year, or I think middle of next year is what we're shooting for.
Oh, but that's not that far away.
Yeah,
I mean,
it'll be part of our pledge manager. Rebecca Kit on June 20th. We'll be launching it. It'll be for the RPGs, for the miniatures, for Frosthaven's second printing, and something else that we haven't even announced yet. And it will be our smallest box to date. It'll fit in the palm of your hand.
Really? No
Yes.
way.
Yes.
Oh, it's like a travel?
It
Kind of?
It'll be a surprise. I don't want to say any more than that.
No.
I'll get in
You
trouble.
shouldn't. You shouldn't. Yeah, I don't want to get you in trouble, but it sounds absolutely awesome.
Yes.
Like I told you, I am a huge fan. I love this game, and I
Awesome.
will probably revisit Gloomhaven again then.
I'm looking forward to it myself as a fan as well. I can't wait to play it myself. So
Oh, sounds great.
yeah.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
taking the time.
Thanks
Thank you
for
so
doing
much.
this. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Chess Game Edition. You
Yes,
made it here.
it's
Yes, awesome.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Hi everyone. My name is Pavlina and we are currently showcasing our two new titles for this year. One is a whole new heavy game title.
It's a heavy one.
Yes, it's
Okay.
a heavy one. And the other one is an expansion to, we'd say, quite famous game, Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Oh, yeah.
Probably heard about it.
Quite famous. I would say really famous.
Okay.
It's like one of the
Really
big
famous
ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the two titles that we are presenting here. The heavy one is called Kutná Hora, the City of Silver. It's an actual city in the Czech Republic. That's why it's
really?
called like that. And this title is coming out this year at Spiel Essen. So in October. And then the other one, I mentioned the expansion, Lost Ruins of Arnak, the Missing Expedition, is coming out at Shatterpoint in early August. So that's really soon.
That's awesome. Yeah, that is quite soon. But if you can tell us a little bit about the first, what was the name you said?
Kutna Hora.
Kutna Hora. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Kutna Hora.
Kutna Hora. Yeah, look at that. Look at me go. Can you tell us what is it about?
So, as I mentioned, it's a heavy title, heavy city building Euro game. And the game actually reflects how the silver was discovered underneath the ground and how people came and started building the city and started mining. So you start with a clear board and you are building everything from a scratch that really represents how it was between the 13th and say to 16th century when the city really prospered. It was very important because the silver production was really big there. And it was about like 30% of European silver production and certain point in time. Yes.
That is quite a lot.
That was a lot. And so you are in control of 3 guilds. Each player has 3 guilds.
Each player, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we have 6 of them there. And you have usually like one unique guild and the others you share with other players. And you are competing, so it's a competitive game.
It's a competitive, yeah.
And the core mechanism is a dynamic economy that reflects real supply demand. We have beautiful cardboard computers that really track with sliders. They track the economy of the city. That, for example, if you build one building, it gives you certain production, so that's what you want to do, that you want to get money to be able to build more and mine more. And it also brings people into the town.
Of course.
Well, if
more money, more people.
Yeah, and if you build a building, it gets usually the price of the goods down. It decreases because there is more supply. And then when more people come into the city, there is more demand, so it goes up again.
And the Arnak expansion, that's a new adventure, I'm guessing, or?
So the Arnak expansion brings, as you know, the first expansion brought leaders, expedition leaders.
Yeah, exactly.
So in the second expansion, we have 2 new leaders. We have a journalist and we have a mechanic.
Okay.
And then what it also brings is a whole new campaign. So the campaign has 6 chapters.
Yeah, okay.
And you can play it either solo or competitively. Cooperatively. Cooperatively with another player, and you are playing against a rival.
An AI then, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in each chapter, you have a goal you are working towards. So it's really interesting that the game kind of tweaks the rules of how you would usually play. That sometimes your ultimate objective may be a bit different than what you usually are striving for.
I like the sound of it. If you know me, I love myself a good solo game.
Oh.
So this sounds really interesting.
Okay.
I will definitely check that one out.
That's great. We're happy. We're happy you like it.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you very much.
I will put links in the description so you can check it out.
Okay. Bye.